this is so crazy. The channel that I just received, it had me tearing up when I realized, when I could hear what my divine, I don't even know, my team, whatever the voices, the beings that I hear, when they told me the true reason for why my house was falling apart. They said my intuition was correct. There was some things happening in the neighborhood. It was nefarious. It was surveillance. But it was so much bigger than that. And I feel crazy now. And I feel a little like they're telling me not to feel so stupid about it, because I'm not a stupid person. But they've tried to explain this concept to me many, many times. And I've talked about the whole being a divine conductor or a conducive receptivity is the word I'm looking for, because receptivity, what is receptivity? What is it to be receptive? Not only am I receptive to my own energy, and I am receptive to other energy. Like, I can see energy, like, I'm talking like thick. When I look in a room, I can see it. Like, it's just like millions upon millions of just dots of energy. And it looks like a hazy cloud sometimes. Like, especially when the lights are off, I can even put my hand through, and I see my hand going through energy. And I'm talking, I wish I could, it's so hard to explain this, because I haven't really talked about it much in my life, because I went through such a transition of like receptivity to shifting my perception of energy and my way I view life, like a TV. Like we change the channels. And as we change the channels, we either like go up in quality, or we degrade it, or we decide to watch a new television show. I don't even know where I'm going with. I'm just trying to listen to my guides, because I hear it. My team is telling me this is super important to get out. So when you are receptive to shifting, to seeing the world differently, when you are receptive to wanting knowledge, to wanting to understand, and not just the answers to life, I'm talking about receptivity for what is in your environment. What is it that we see with our eyes? Like, what is created with our eyes? Our eyes are portals. We are a being of light. We walk through energy. We emit energy. We are energy. Like, this is no joke. And I've known about this basic knowledge of quantum physics in the universe now for like 4 or 5 years. Okay, like, I dug deep, and now people are starting to talk. Like, the energy's getting so thick right now. It shifts when you decide to be receptive to what is in your environment and how you perceive your environment, because you're perceiving through yourself. That is the key, right? That is a key to understanding how you partake in this game, in this universe, okay? And oh man, I'm getting so pumped up, because it's just, the downloads are just flooding in. So receptivity, there are people that are here, okay guys, that this is it. This is the biggest role that they play, because the receptive molecules that we exist within makes up the universe. And there are players, there are agents, there are divine messengers in human bodies, in human vessels right now, that they came to understand, remember, and be receptive. Because that is where all true power lies. It lies in the receptivity and the knowledge and the control of molecules, of atoms, of photons. And when you are a controller, the game is yours. And that power is not only, I'm getting shared, is not only scary shit, because there are people that are high places right now who understand said power. And it's just now flooding in. I'm understanding the role. I'm understanding why I can see energy differently. Why, when I explain this to people, they don't fully understand. When I even talk about auras, like I don't see like normal auras. Like, oh my God, it's just flooding. I understand. Oh my gosh, how do I put this, guys? So receptivity. Someone who I follow on YouTube, which is an amazing individual. I hope I get her name right. Her name is Natija. She is a channeler. She is a positive spirit, like guide. She like is able to just pump you up, okay? And I respect her highly, highly respect her. And she said that she watched a video of a creator talking about how it is so hard to heal when you're trying to survive. And when she said that, I sat back a little bit and I was like, oh my God. Because the path that I took, the divinely guided path that I took in this journey was the opposite. And I'm going to tell you, I'm getting shivers. I'm getting shivers because I grew up poor. I grew up in the most insane poverty, like mindset, okay? And there was a key moment in my journey when I met someone. And this person scared the crap out of me. I actually felt darkness, guys. Like when I first met him in person, I felt darkness. It scared the living daylight out of me. Because this was also a person that I had been chatting with, that I was attracted to, and wanted to get in an RV and travel across the country like that. We were just like, there was this attraction, this energy that drew us together that was outside of us. And this person is the person that I am with today. And because of that meeting, because of that scary darkness I felt, I went on the most crazy, like take someone and then put them in another place journey where like my whole world was flipped upside down. Like I went from being poor to like being around money to losing it all again and then getting more money and then being well off. And like it was teaching me things about another way of looking at money. But it also took me down a path where I saw aliens, I saw UFOs, I saw all this stuff that was so insane that it started to teach me all these little things about receptivity, which was what my divine mission was actually about. I don't know why I'm whispering because it's so crazy. I was able to heal without having to survive. And this has come to me many times by my guides. And they would tell me, I know what you're going through is just so fucking insane. I know what you're experiencing is otherworldly. You are being frequency harassed. You are being, you feel sick. You're dealing with all these insane things. I'm talking like crazy, like where you think you're going to die and you might die. Like it pushing you up against a wall. And this is all happening when I have money. I want you to understand this. This was a mental psyop that was also divinely crafted. I want you guys to get this straight, like, because they're trying to tell me that it was all planned. They knew all these different parts would be created in the game, where it would be not only created by myself, because I'm a co-creator, manifested, other groups would be involved, aka the surveillance, which was real, guys. Like, these are other players in the game that were all crafted and planned so that I would undergo true darkness so that I could learn true power and receptivity. And the part that got me, the whole point about this, that made me cry, because when I thought about that house I left, how it was falling apart, like it was truly falling apart, like, but I thought about everything that had happened there, about the role of receptivity and the collective consciousness, my role and how it affected the collective consciousness, how everything I experienced was affected, not only in my life, but affected other people's lives subconsciously. They all were part of the healing. So people that could not heal by themselves, oh my God. I'm like, the reason it was so crazy, the reason that it hurt, the pain, even though I had the money to survive, I could stare at the wall in pain because I was not just taking on my own pain. I was healing curses, generational curses of my lineage and the world's lineage. People who were trying to survive. I'm like, I know this is a crazy concept, but this is a divine message that some people need to understand. That if you had a moment where all of a sudden you felt healed in something, I'm being serious here. If you were struggling in some type of addiction in your family, or like you were able to escape certain situations, or your mind just started to switch, you started to like get it, or you had this awakening, you're like, whoa. And I'm talking about the people that, like, you know what I'm talking about. If something was just a little too fast, like if there was a switch that happened in your healing journey when you were like trying to make ends meet, where you're just like, wow, I get it now, I totally get it, and it was just like a switch went off, I want you to know that not only me or my boyfriend, but there are people who have been sent into this world that have done that for you, who worked the trauma, who healed the trauma, who took it on so that you could move up. And they've explained this, my guides have explained this concept to me many times. But when you're in the deepness of shit, like darkness, it's hard. You get I call it the circle of epiphanies. Like I think this is the true reason why there's a tattoo on my face, because the amount of circles of epiphanies that I experienced on my journey were endless. Like my boyfriend sometimes would be like, how many epiphanies are you going to get? And I was like, you don't understand. Like it's just like every time I get it, I sometimes have to get it again and again and again. And I didn't realize that maybe that was because it wasn't just me trying to understand these pains, this endless suffering. It wasn't just my own suffering. This is something, a pain, a wound that was so deeply ingrained, not only in my lineage, in my own struggles, but it was something that I would just fall into sickness and would be just like, what the heck? Why can't I get this? I understand. Why am I not? Like, why does it keep happening? Why do I keep going down the same road and then having another epiphany about it? And then my whole house was like falling apart. It was the energies that were surrounding my place of deep, not only reflective healing, but deep ingrained soul consciousness healing of the world was flowing into the portal that was in that house. Oh man, I'm literally in my whole body. I can't. The channels that I'm getting right now. We are here to help. I think that's what they want me to tell people. We are here to help you. I'm not here to boast. I'm not here to be like, oh, what was me, my struggles. I'm telling you, there was a reason, a perfectly crafted plan Why I was lifted out of poverty in my, I don't know how I was like 27. I just had the sense my entire life, but there was a divinely crafted plan where when I met my boyfriend and I felt the darkness, that was because I was about to undergo soul collective darkness. It was planned. It was intuitive. When I saw him and looked him in the eyes, we knew that something was not going to ever be the same again. My life would never be the same again. His life would never be. But to know that my purpose and his purpose was so deep, I would never have guessed in a million years. And no one would have. No one would have ever guessed the mission we were on. Gosh, wow. So yeah, I was blessed and cursed at the same time, but I see it as a blessing because if I hadn't had money, the tool to stare at the wall and just like let life pass me by as I healed all these traumas, all these things, I don't know if I could have. I don't think that anybody, I think it's a true statement. You cannot heal when you're trying to survive. That is the trick of the game, and the powers that are at the top of the triangle that are about to be flipped on its head. They knew this. They knew that people who are in suffering can never look within. How can you? So yeah, I am. That is a crazy, crazy download. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with that, and I want you to know that you are deeply loved. If you listen to this video and you could relate to this message, or you feel like you also did something on this level, please let me know. I would love to meet my family, my soul family, because this was not an easy last 5 years for us. And I would never change it in a moment. I would never go back and ask for anything different, because I'd rather heal one soul than heal none. And I'm not just saying myself. I'd rather heal another person before myself. But instead, I got to heal the world. Damn. So if you feel like you were changed in the last couple years, if you feel like something started to click faster than it should have, please let me know. Because it's just crazy. All right. I love you guys. Good night.